My favorite couple. Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Wedding
it is my
shot.
pleasure to introduce you for the first.
So when Mark was saying, I know my word and this and that, I was like, preach it, Mark, preach it. I knew it. I knew it.
I don't wanna be just friends, baby, you my blessing. You should be my best friend. Hope you get the message. I will never stress you. I'll be your protection. Someone could.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This video I am so excited to talk about because it's about this TV series, Love is Blind. Now, I've never done like a review or kind of thing to like any TV show before, but I just had to do it to this show because I love the show, number one, and it's quite interesting to talk about. So basically I'll just go along the lines of each couple. So it's basically going to be a spoiler alert if you never watched like the episodes or if you didn't watch the finale. But I'll basically go in order of like how the weddings happen on the show, if that makes sense. And I honestly was going to do this before the final came out, and I was like, no, let me just wait until the final, like the grand finale happens before I actually talk about like what I thought about all the couples or whatever. So without further ado, let's just get into this video. If you're new to my channel, punch that subscribe button, and if you are returning, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a fan, comment down below who were your favorite couples or what was the most shocking thing about the episode. Without further ado, let's just get into this video. Okay, first things first, we're gonna talk about Gia and Damien. Put the picture right here on the screen. So if you watched it already, you already know. Like I think I should wait till the end to see if they get married or not. But okay, so from the beginning, I don't know if I really liked or disliked them as a couple, but it didn't bother me. But when they reached like into the outside world and they was, get to meet each other and was together when they went to Mexico, I could have seen little conflicts coming along. But when they actually went to live with each other, and I saw like the first argument they had when they was at the party or somebody's birthday party, I can't remember right now, and he was saying something to Lauren and she was like, you don't see you're making her uncomfortable and whatever, and he just made a big scene and it was a big freak out, and I'm like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, where did this come from? That was my first red flag for them. And then I realized like the next, like when the gym conversation, when she was trying to have a conversation with him and he went on his phone, and then he reversed it and was like, oh, you always on your phone when I try to talk. Now, naturally, I can't stand when people have an issue with something, right? And they don't voice it. But the minute I say, I dislike this about you, and you're like, oh, I dislike this about you too. Like, my point is, this is how I feel, and trust me, my boyfriend knows this. Like, if I have a problem with you doing something and I voice it, I have a problem with you doing it, and then you be like, oh, I have a problem, you do the same thing. Like, that's not, like, I feel like you had all this opportunity to say you had a fault with this specific issue. Why you wait until I bring it up? You know what I mean? It's like, do you really have an issue with it, or you just saying that to rebuttal what I'm trying to say? You know what I mean? So that's why I dislike. But then it was really disrespectful when he was trying, like, pouring his heart out to her at the dinner before they really got married, and she just pulled out her phone like in the middle of the deepest conversation. I'm like, that is disrespectful on all levels. I was like, no, this is not going to work. Like, you know what I mean? That's disrespectful. It really is. And plus, she just has so much personality. It's like, and she did tell him from the beginning, she's a lot to handle. So I'm like, you really have to be strong-minded. And I could have seen, in a sense, not saying he's not strong-minded, but I could have seen it would have been too much for him to take on. Just how he reacted to her different episodes, I could have tell that he wasn't ready for what he was really signing up for. And then the other disrespectful thing I saw was when his parents didn't want to meet her, and they was like, oh, like this whole off of TV or whatever they said, but they refer to her as a whore, and I'm like, that is totally disrespectful. That is not cool. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, basically that relationship wouldn't work anyway, because it's like, number one, y'all disrespectful. He can't take he can't really take her personality or the way how she acts. Number three, the parents don't like her. Like, honestly, parents liking or disliking a couple sometimes really has no effect, but it's like to disrespect them blatantly, now that's going to be a problem going on continuously, you know what I mean, all through the relationship, if there is or isn't one. You see what I'm trying to say? Because it's like, how could I respect you or even try to respect you as a guardian? Obviously, you always told and you learn, you grew up, respect your elders or whatever, but if you blatantly disrespected me, I don't even know you, it's like you changed my feelings towards you automatically. Obviously, from the jump, I'm going to be biased now as to whether I like you or how I view you or whatever, because you already disrespected me. So that's basically all my point is for them, and that is why I honestly felt like there wasn't going to be a wedding, and there wasn't one. But honestly, I was so shocked when Damien is the one that called the wedding off. Honestly, I was so proud of him, because to me, he seemed like he was way in it sometimes, more than Giannina was. So I was like, I was shocked by that, but I was so proud, because I was like, honestly, that was the best decision ever for him to make. But I just was shocked that he made it, because I honestly expected it from her. But she was always like iffy in and out. Although he was iffy in and out, I didn't see him as that assertive type to like make that decision. So I'm super proud of him for making that decision and actually not going through with the wedding. That was like, I respected him so much for that, because honestly, he's being honest with himself, and he was being honest like to Giannina, because honestly, it really was not gonna work. And obviously, I found it like really, I don't agree with the point that you wait until I went all the way to the altar, dressed up, said my little cute thing, you said your little cute thing about me, and then you said no. That is super embarrassing. So I totally get that. Like, that is too embarrassing. I feel like you could have just not walked up to the altar, and that would have been embarrassing too. Or, you know, tell me prior to us going inside the wedding hall. Like, that is too embarrassing. Like, no. Okay, on to the next couple, Amber and Barnett. Like, okay, at first, Barnett kind of like, it was a little iffy with Barnett. Number one, because I didn't like how he associated Diamond's name with a stripper's name. Although, I don't know if he was really joking or he was really serious, but I didn't like that. And then I didn't like how he basically string all the girls along. Like, the 3 girls that he was involved with, Amber, Jessica, and can't remember the other girl's name, Lacey, Elsie. I don't like how you string the 3 of them along, but then at the end of the day, I understood why, because it's like you have to feel all of them out to figure out which one you actually really want. Especially didn't really know what he wanted, so I understood that. But the first red flag for me and their relationship, well, was the fact that, like, the credit card thing, when she was like, she have a makeup credit card, and I'm like, now, I don't know if I'm just not into material things or whatever as much as other people is, but I'm like, really? You have a credit card just for makeup? Like, that makes no sense. With a $700 limit, that's a lot of money for makeup. What are you buying? You buying them in bulk? Like, I don't understand. But then again, I'm not a huge makeup person, so I probably really wouldn't. But it was like, for me, I was like, a red flag. And then she has student debts. Now, honestly, if someone's financial position honestly comes into play with a relationship, but I understand it shouldn't like be the sole purpose of a relationship. Now, why for me it felt like it was a red flag is because she wasn't making no effort. It seems like she wasn't making no effort to pay none of the cards off. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm in that, and like, you ain't want to get a job, you don't want to try to get a job. It seems like she works, but it's like when she don't want to work, she just don't want to work. And that happens to be like, what does that mean? If you want to work for 1 month and then the rest of the 11 months of the year you don't work, and then what's that gonna mean for me? Like, everything's gonna be on me, and then I'm gonna feel financially strained. Even if you're a man or a woman, like, you know, if only you one bringing in income, it's hard. But it's even worse when to feel like only you one bringing in income and only you one trying to, you know what I mean? It's the difference between someone like trying to get a job and actively trying to get a job and not getting one, versus me being complacent and say, okay, you're working, you know what I mean? I don't want to have a job, I just want to stay at home. You see what I'm trying to say? So that was a huge red flag for me, because I'm like, okay, you don't want to work. She said she works, but then she's all about enjoying life more than like working. I'm like, I get that, like, there's a balance between the two, and you have to place a balance between the two. You have to live. But at the end of the day, how you can get money if you don't work? You know what I mean? So she ended up saying that, you know, she's gonna be a stay-at-home mom. Like, okay, that's all cool and thing. Like, nothing is wrong with being a stay-at-home mom, but I just feel like, because I know prior to her saying she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, she said that, you know, she really ain't making no effort to work or pay the cards off. I'm like, yeah, bad idea. You know what I mean? It just seems like, looking at it, 5 years in the future, I'm going to be going insane. I'm going to have so much debt to pay, might not even be of my own. It's going to drive me insane. You know what I mean? So for me, that was a huge red flag. So I thought that would have been a deal breaker for Matthew, but it seems like he was okay with it. But honestly, seeing how much cold feet he got and his thought process before he went down the aisle, I honestly thought they would not have gotten married. But they did. And even Amber's thought process, when she was like, she tried, she pushed, she didn't push, she pushed, she pulled back, and everything was like, she really don't know what she wanted to do. So when she said yes, I was shocked. So the both of them shocked me, but they did get married. So congrats! And the next couple is Mark and Jessica. Now, Mark and Jessica, let me tell y'all, from the beginning, like, I can't say from the beginning, but Mark had a connection with Jessica from the beginning, and that was all cute and dandy. But from the beginning, she couldn't get over the fact that he was 10 years younger than her. So I knew going forward, that would have been a problem. And the more the episodes played out, I was like, y'all are not going to make it. You know what I mean? There's absolutely no way they was going to make it in my mind and in my head, right? So number one, the big age difference. And she always talked about it, always, constantly. Feel like every episode she brought it up like 2-3 times. Like, it was honestly a big battle for her. Like, it really bugged her that he was 10 years younger than her. And you know, she made a connection with Barnett. Honestly, I feel like she still had feelings for Barnett, although she, you know, played off and whatever happened at that bachelorette party. But I feel like she honestly still has feelings for Barnett, right? And then the fact that when Barnett told her, like, you know, he feels some type of way about Mark getting excited after he proposed, and she was so red, not proposed, but like said that he would get married to her, and she was excited or whatever, and he got jealous in a sense and was trying to, like, you know, secure his place with her, and she dropped Mark for Barnett, and Barnett still didn't choose her. So to me, that was like, oh no, baby, I'm not a rebound. So when Mark was saying, I know my worth and this and that, I was like, preach it, Mark, preach it. And then he said, but my mom always told me, if you let love go and it comes back to you, it was meant to be. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the one time when people take things way too literal. Like, come on. In that case, that was not if you let it go, love will come back to you. That was clearly rebound. I have nobody else to go to and I want to stay in this show. You know what I mean? Not stay in the show, but figure out what exactly I wanted. I'm like, no, bro, that was not what your mommy was trying to say. So that was a red flag. And then it was so funny because she always kept on saying, baby, I'm so sorry, baby, when she went back to Mark. And I'm like, wow, look at that, baby. First time I heard you said that, like, it was so funny because it's like, girl, this is just a suck up. But it was so funny. So that's how I honestly knew. Honestly, because she couldn't get over the age. That's a major thing in their relationship. Mark was like, not in a sense naive, but he was just so willing, and he looked like he's a lover, so it really didn't bother him. And she just was too stuck on the age, honestly. Everyone, she was like, okay, this is a cute bubble we are in, but when we're going outside, well, everyone's gonna like make her feel some type of way that he's younger, and everyone accepted it, and she was so shocked. Like, honestly, I felt like she wanted someone to disagree with it, just so she could feel like, yes, I know I have a point. This guy is way too young for me. You know what I mean? But everyone agreed. So it was like, mother said, and now what am I really going to do? Everybody agreed, and I still don't feel like, you know, I want to do this because he's too young. So I knew they was never going to get married because she could not get over the age difference. It's a difference between, like, when other people feel like the age difference, but when you believe it in yourself that you can't get, like, you know, you can't get past this, there's no way you're gonna get past it. Not on the wedding day, not on any day. You have to be willing to, like, accept the fact that he was younger than you. She accepted it, but she still couldn't get past it. So I knew that was not gonna happen. But I really felt bad for Mark because he felt that, and it's so embarrassing. He was so ready to be with her. You know what I mean? That was just sad. So honestly, I was happy that they didn't get married, because I knew even if they did, it wouldn't have been the same, because she just couldn't get past the fact. So I'm happy they didn't get married, because Ma, you deserve better. You know what I mean? You really do. Next wedding, it's these couples, and I don't remember their name right now, but I didn't really find anything wrong with their relationship. But I understood why she didn't marry him, because she really didn't know what she wanted or whatever. And I feel like that's the best decision you can make, because if you really don't know, it don't make sense stringing someone along. It's the best decision you can make, no matter how much it's gonna hurt the other person, and you're gonna hurt too, because you feel it, because you made a genuine connection with this person. But if that's the right thing to do for the both of them. So I really understood why their relationship didn't work. And last but not least, Lauren and Cameron. From the beginning, honestly, from the beginning, I loved Lauren and Cameron together. I loved it, and they made a connection instantly. I love Lauren's voice, and I love how her personality showed from day one. And I was like, I love this girl. And then her and Cameron met, and it was so beautiful. I literally have no flaws. Like everybody else, I could see a flaw, but I have no flaws with them. Like, it was just meant to be for them. Honestly, if this show wasn't meant for nobody else, it was meant for them. Like, I just love them together. I love them together. I won't lie, I was so nervous when he had to meet her parents, especially her daddy. Like, it was crazy, and I was like, oh my god, it has been so fast. I cried with them, I smiled with them. Like, I was really invested in Lauren and Cameron. You know what I mean? And he's so sweet. Like, I like that sensitive side of him. Although sometimes he could get really, really, really emotional. But it's like, he still could be a man at the same time. So it's like, he's in tune with his soft side. But he's just so sweet. I just love them together. He just really looked like he'd take good care of her. And congrats on the wedding! So, that is all for the persons that actually made it or get dressed up in their wedding gown and everything. But let me tell y'all, this is the last thing I'm gonna say on this video, because this video will be long. Y'all see Damien and Carlton. I can't stand Carlton. Like, I was like, listen to me, I was like, the only black man, the only one, and that's how he carry on. I'm like, bruh, come on. You know what I mean? Like, of course, it's not about color, gender, or race, but it's like, oh my gosh, you would think he would stand up for a brother. I was like, really, you really had to show up like that on TV. You know what I mean? You really had to show up like that? Like, come on, at least have some decency. You call the girl out. Like, honestly, that no one is entitled to put up with anything that someone else brings to the table. It is up to me. I must sit down and look within myself and see if I want to accept certain traits in you, and you want to accept certain traits in me. The same right you have to say, I don't accept this trait in you, I don't want to be with you, the same right I have. So Diamond, I was like, girl, I mean, she didn't even make up her mind yet, but you helped her make it up. So I was like, thank you, Lord. This happened exactly how it happened, because at least Diamond got to see exactly the type of man he was. Because trust me, you imagine getting married and then that side of him come out? No, I needed to see it from the beginning. Although he had signs even when they met up for the first night and they had drinks and he was running on. You could see his little attitude from then, but I was like, over you. You know what I mean? On to the next. But thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know if you agree, disagree, or anything with all the commentaries I made. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Let me know if y'all think I should actually continue doing things like this. Like, you know, TV reviews. Because I watch a lot of TV shows, honestly. And
Time they gossip, baby, you are the topic. More than a queen, baby, you are a goddess.